You have these fucking witches, these horny witches, chat, are just like, oh, we just love you, Jack. We have one horny witch who is literally humping his leg, and he's trying to get her off. He's like, oh, okay, this is assault. Please remove yourself from me. It's just like, oh my God. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
And what did Santa bring you, honey?
But now, my friends, let's go ahead and get into these nitty-gritty details, shall we? Have opening Disney fanfare. You get fucking Tinkerbell in the Castle. That didn't have it originally when it first came to theaters, chat. Didn't have it, but now it does. Yeah, Tinkerbell's like, oh, no, we love this movie. It's like, no, you didn't. You didn't originally, Disney. But then we have the whole opening facade, chat. Oh, and yeah, the black title cards of the orange text. And, of course, Danny Elfman deserves an infinite amount of credit for this film, chat. Not only did he compose the majority of the music, chat, he also sang in it. But it's like when you think of Danny Elfman, you don't think of him singing. But he does. He does all the singing for Jack Skellington, chat. And they had Christopher Sorensen, who did the regular voice of Jack. But Danny Elfman sings all of his songs. He has a wonderful voice. And I even love how this movie starts up, Chad. Like, after all the orange, text and the black cards, you have, this is Halloween, this is Halloween. It's so goddamn good. And I'll sing some of these goddamn lyrics for you, Chad. There's going to be a lot of singing in this review, Chad. There's going to be a lot of goddamn singing, because the plot's relatively simple, Chad. It's relatively fucking straightforward, in my opinion. But this is just some good. Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see this our town of Halloween. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween, everybody make a sing. Trick or treat till the neighbor's going to die of fright. It's our town, everybody scream in this town of Halloween. It's like, I love that shit, how it opens up. And we see just all the wonderful abomination monsters that came from Tim Burton's mind, Chad, in the mind of a child. I mean, it was very smart of them to do this in claymation, Chad, and stop motion, because you have all these wonderful puppets, and claymation figures are all misshapen. They're all asymmetrical, Chad. Like, Burton does not like symmetry. He does not like symmetry. He likes things with spirals and points and windows that are fucking lopsided. All of that shit looks great. And we're opening up, we're introduced to all the Dezenons, the citizens, if you will, chat, of Halloween Town. You know, this place where ghouls and goblins and witches and mummies and Frankenstein monsters live in harmony, chat. And they're just celebrating another very successful Halloween, chat. And they are sitting in honor of their leader, Jack the Pumpkin King. And you see this they have this figure, chat, on this horse. It looks like a scarecrow. Thank you. Thanks for the 5 days. An OCD person's worst nightmare. Exactly. It's like, just losing their goddamn mind. No question. The guy with the axe in his head. So true. He's just like, duh. He's like the derpy guy. You got the derpy axe guy, chat. You got the child whose head, his eyes have been like gouged out or sewn shut, and he's like morbidly obese. Like, just disgusting looking. But it's like, oh my God. So I get why Disney was like, yeah, we're not sure about this movie. You have a child. You have a morbidly obese zombie child who has his eyes sewn shut and whose teeth are falling out throughout the movie. I don't think this is like the Disney brand. But now they're like, oh, it's wonderful. It's up for the whole family. It's so weird how that's changed, in 27 years. But we see this as they're just parading around this town, Chad. This is gloomy. This is celebration of All Hallows Eve, Chad. We see this figure, Chad, on this effigy. He's like an effigy, Chad, like this scarecrow with a pumpkin head. And he starts moving, Chad. He starts moving. He is their Pumpkin King. And he sets himself on fire. And it's like, what the fuck is happening? He literally sets himself on fire, chat. And he dives into the main fountain in the town square, chat. and he rises up out of it, Chad. And we are introduced to the king himself, the leader of the citizens of Halloween Town, chat. Jack the Pumpkin King, Jack Skellington, chat, who has led his people on many successful Halloweens for decades upon decades upon decades. And apparently, they're celebrating their most horrible Halloween yet. And the citizens of Halloween Town, chat, they fucking love him. They love him. He's their leader. They support him in anything. I mean, they're always trying to do a good job and help Jack in his celebration of Halloween, chat. But there's also one other figure, chat. One also figure who appreciates Jack, but who loves him even more than any of the citizens in Halloween Town, chat. And that is Sally. Sally, she's basically a Frankenstein monster. You know, but she's a big admirer of Jack. She's loved him for what seems to be years, but he doesn't know. Jack is unaware of Sally's affections, chat. And, you know, her father. Now, I'm confused by this. Now, I guess technically her creator is her father. Now, did he create Sally? Did he create Sally for himself as a wife? Or because at the end of the movie, he created like a wife, like Frankenstein monster for himself who looks just like him, by the way, which is fucking creepy as hell. So he's like, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. He's like the Buffalo Bill, Chav, the Nightmare Before Christmas, you know, characters. But I was always under the impression. Yeah, no, obsessed. You're not wrong, JT. We're going to get to the love thing, the love story in this movie. But it was always weird to be servant. Is that what she is? Okay. Because I was kind of like, is he like his daughter, servant, wife? I was like, they don't really say. I might have missed like a piece of dialogue here. Chris Sarandon was also in Vampire in Front. Oh, that's cool. Nice, he's in a lot of the spooky films. But anyway, but I don't know, because I'm not sure what she is. And he's constantly telling her, just like, get your ass back to the castle, bitch. You gotta help me out. And she's like, no. But he's kind of concerned. Like, he goes back and forth, like, I'm caring for you. I'll make sure you're okay. To like, get your fucking ass back in there. It's like, okay, I don't know what you are to her. It's not defined. It's not clearly defined, like a lot of things in this movie, chat. But he's like, this is too stressful for you. You're too young. You're too young to understand what's going on. She's like, no, let go of me. And she, in order for him to let go, chat, no, she actually just fucking lets go of herself. She unravels the stitching in her arm, chat, and she severs her arm. And she runs away, chat. All the blood and viscera and tissue and cartilage falls out. It's like, oh my God! And her arm attacks her father, just choking the shit out of him, blunking him on the head. He's like, no, please, this is freaking out. During this entire scene, it's fucking hilarious. Actually, they're like, well, we can't do blood and viscera and bone cartilage and shit. So she's filled with leaves. She's filled with leaves and sticks instead. And then, you know, but she goes to the party, the big celebration, and all these people are, like, going up to Jack, like, oh, by the way, I want to go ahead and thank, Chicago Superman for the host. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well. Currently doing a review for Tim Burton's and Henry Selick's The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's going well so far, in my opinion. But all the people of Halloween are going up to Jack. They're like, Jack, we have all these other great ideas for the next Halloween. We just want to run them by you. What are you thinking? And Jack's like, just say thank you. You know what? We can talk about this tomorrow. Absolutely. You have these fucking witches, these horny witches, Shadow, just like, oh, we just love you, Jack. We have one horny witch who is literally humping his leg and he's trying to get her off. He's like, oh, okay, this is assault. Please remove yourself from me. It's just like, oh my God. And eventually, they're all distracted, chat. They're all distracted by, you know, so all their shenanigans and the big celebration. The mayor, he's like, no, it's time to announce the winners of today's Halloween. Yes. And they have like this whole ceremony, and Jack's like, I gotta skedaddle. I love it too. The mayor of the town, he's a politician, and he has two faces. Get it? Because he's a two-faced politician. It's like, I see what you did there. Very, very clever. So he has, like, the facade chat, like the one that's always happy, and everything's great going on right here. Healthcare in Halloween Town is wonderful. Then he has the other facade. It's like, oh, we're all going to fucking die. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a politician. I'm an elected public official. It's great what they do with him. But Sally, who is fucking stalking Jack throughout the movie, follows him, chat. That's all she does. She never goes to him, never confronts him, chat. She's always giving him shit. And he's just like, oh, thank you. Like, I really appreciate that. But Sally, she never goes to like, I like you. You want to, I don't know, get coffee or something? Just fucking weird. Yeah, like Trump. Exactly, no Prince. But it's just fucking weird. So, the one thing this film has not aged well is the romance thing. And at the end, he just like, oh yeah, I realized at the last minute, I just love you too. Let's smooch. And it's like, that's it. Beautiful music though. And then we get one of my favorite songs in the movie, chat, where Sally is following him, and it's Jack's Lament. And I absolutely adored this song. Now, I hope I can replicate this as best I can. I won't sing all of it. I won't sing all of it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Year after year, it's the same routine, and I grow so weary of the sound of screams. And I, Jack, the Pumpkin King, have grown so tired of the same old thing. Oh, somewhere deep inside of these bones, an emptiness began to grow. There's something out there, far from my home, a longing that I've never known. I'm a master of fright and a demon of light, and I'll scare you right out of your pants. To a guy in Kentucky, I'm Mr. Unlucky, and I'm known throughout England and France. And since I am dead, I can take off my head and recite Shakespearean quotations. No animal, no man can scream like I can with the fury of my recantations. But who here would ever understand that the Pumpkin King with the skeleton grin would tire of his crown if only they understood? He'd give it all up if he only could. Oh, there's an empty place in my bones. There's calls out for something unknown. The fame and praise come year after year, does nothing for these empty tears. And I just love it. I love it, Chad. It's so goddamn good. And everyone's like, yes. Yes! Thank you, show for the 10 biddies. Oh, I love it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Talk just for yourself from the Ice Cube rap. Thank you. Well done, Chris. Thank you. No, yeah, I'm trying to like match it perfectly, chat, but yeah, thank you so much. No, I love them. The one lines like in this song specifically I just love is just, and I, Jack, the Pumpkin King, have grown so tired of the same old thing. I just love that. How it just, it goes from, it transitions from this like me, it's like, and then just sad and forlorn. It's beautiful. And Bane voice, such a lovely, lovely voice. Thank you. Thank you so much. But then, Sally, she hears that. She's like, geez, he's so sad, and I feel kind of bad about it. And it's like, no, that's terrible. Bad Shields, thank you for the 10 minutes. Chris, I had to exchange my purse because one of them were broke, and I didn't trust the rest. So I'm back for round 2. All new round. That's good, man. Hope it goes well for you, man. Hope it goes well for you, the computer. But, Sally sees how sad Jack is. Also, Jack is joined by a little dead ghost dog named Zero. Chase, little Zero. He's got a little pumpkin, little jack-o'-lantern for a nose. And Sally, she's like, oh, God. And, she's sad about this, and she goes back in the town. Her father finally, she goes back to her home, and, she's just thinking about Jack and everything. She needs to get her fucking arm back, too. And she's, sets herself down. Father's like, oh, Sally, you traitorous bitch. And he's got her all, hooked up and things like, that's, you keep putting nightshade into all of my tea and soup. When will you stop it? And she's like, oh, I actually did it 4 times. She's like, And it's like, you must stop doing this, my dear. You must stop. Yeah, things will all come in time, okay? But she's like, but I want to go out there. I want to talk with Jack. He's like, it's a phase. Don't worry about it. It's not a phase. Dad, I love him. He's like, Jesus. He's sewing her arm back on. And then eventually, Chad, we cut back to Jack. And he's walking through the woods. He's walking through the woods, and he's been out there all night just singing to himself. Doesn't know what the hell is going on. Zero is great. Agreed, Win Fox. Zero is great. He's walking in the woods, and he comes upon this clearing, Chad, and it's these circles of trees, Chad, and each tree has a door. And on each door, chat, it's a specific symbol. You have an Easter door with an Easter egg on it, chat. You have a Thanksgiving door, chat, with a turkey on it. You have a St. Patrick's Day door, chat, with a 4-leaf clover. And on one of the other doors, chat, there is a Christmas tree. And this one catches Jack's eye. This is the one who's just like, what's this? And he opens the goddamn door, chat, and he says, what the fuck? And he falls right down into that place, chat. He falls into a dark abyss where he'll never be found. Actually, chat, where he ends up. It's a snow-covered place, and he sees, chat, in the distance, this wonderful, whimsical town called Christmas Town, chat, and he goes throughout this town just saying, what's this? What's this? And I'm going to sing some of the goddamn lyrics. Goddamn right, I'm going to sing some of the fucking lyrics, chat. Oh, here we go. Here it is. What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this? There's white things in the air. What's this? I can't believe my eyes. I must be dreaming. What's up, Jack? This isn't fair. What's this? What's this? There's something very wrong. What's this? There's people singing songs. What's this? The streets are lined with little creatures laughing. Everybody seems so happy. How possibly can I gone done daffy? What's this? What's this? There are children throwing snowballs. Instead of throwing heads, they're busy building toys. And absolutely no one's dead. There's frost in every window. Oh, I can't believe my eyes. And in my bones, I feel the warmth is coming from inside. Oh, look, what's this? And he just goes off, chat, seeing all this shit. Some of the stuff is pretty fucking creepy. Like, he, creeps in the fucking houses, chat, and he sees these little elf children. But by the way, even though it's Christmas Town, it's supposed to be fucking whimsical and everything, like, it's still kind of weird. Like, everything's still asymmetrical. Like, you see all these morbidly obese elves just waddling around and walking, chat. It's like, yeah, it's still kind of creepy. Not as creepy as Halloween Town, but there's some weird with it, chat. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. The fuck? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? There's a parody version of that, which is pretty goddamn funny. Please check that out. God, I love this. It's a great song. Chris singing brings me safety. Oh, I'm so glad you like it, chat. I'm so glad you like it. I'll sing portions of every single song, like the big ones at the very least. And so he just becomes obsessed with what he's seeing, chat. There's also one scene where he creeps inside of a house and starts, oh, what's the one lyric here? I gotta give it to you, chat. Oh, no. I can't find it, but what it is, it's basically this wonderful dreamland, as he's caressing a sleeping child and puts his face against his, and he's like, oh, what's this? And the kid goes, ah, just wakes up like, what the fuck just happened? Just terrified. It just kills me every time. I love that fucking moment. It's like, what the fuck is this? And eventually, he just becomes obsessed with all this stuff, and he's walking around because he's sledding down things. He feels the life that he hasn't felt in so many years, chat, the inspiration, and he walks into a giant candy cane, chat, and he comes to, and he sees the sign, Christmas Town. Oh, what a wonderful name. And eventually, chat, we cut back to Halloween Town, where the mayor and his various helpers, chat, his acolytes, if you will, they are there. They're going up to Jack's house, knock on the door and, asking, Jack, we have some new plans for Halloween. But he doesn't answer Jack because he's not there. And everyone starts fucking panicking. It's like, where the fuck is Jack? Where is he? He's our leader. And just anarchy spreads. Anarchy starts to spread. And the mayor's like, oh, horrible news, everyone. Jack has abandoned us. But then, chat, eventually, the townspeople, they see Jack coming. They see Jack coming over the valley, the peaks and valleys, chat. And he's back in Halloween Town. And apparently, he fucking stole a Christmas snowmobile and various other toys and gifts from Christmas Town. And, Sally, she comes on over, and she's looking at all this stuff, and Jack is like, I found something wonderful, everyone. And everyone's like, oh, what could it possibly be, Jack? And he's like showing these things, and they're like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? And they don't know what that is. What is this? They have no idea. At this point, Jack's like, well, I'm gonna call a meeting, and I'm going to explain what Christmas is to everybody. And everyone goes to the town hall, chat. And he sets this whole thing up. Sally's there because she's excited. She doesn't know what this is. And she's like, she wants to learn. And then Jack does this whole presentation showing all these decorations, chat. The Christmas tree, the presents, ornaments, stockings. And the entire citizen, all the citizens of Halloween Town are like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't understand. And it's like, oh, well, this is a Christmas present. You put like toys in it. He's like, do you put severed heads in it? He goes, no, you don't understand. We don't put severed heads in it. We don't do that. And he's like, oh, I'll show you something else. This is a stocking. And they put various, treats inside the stocking. You hang them up on your chimney. And one of the witches comes out and she goes, what guy's foot did you cut off to get this? He's like, I didn't cut off anyone's foot. It's not. Okay, all right. Well, it's going to take some more explaining to do. And so he's like, I have to talk down to their level, because they're just not fucking getting this. And so he basically makes up this whole thing, how Christmas is not much different than Halloween. And he explains how all this man, this great beast, he delivers these gifts which are filled with evil and spiders and skeletons and bones and all sorts of evil things. And his name is Sandy Claus. And they're like, oh, this guy sounds fucking great. And Jack's like, yeah, it's wonderful. And Sally's just like, yeah, motherfucker's lying. Is that true? I don't trust that. I don't trust that. And Jack, he's obsessed with it. He's getting all the people in Halloween Town. They're getting all excited about it too. And it's like, well, I'm gonna study this for a little while, and I'll come back to you, and we'll have some ideas maybe for Christmas. They're like, yeah, we love Christmas, murder. Yeah, can't wait to kill everyone in Christmas chat. And so he's going to different people around Halloween Town. Like he gets Sally's dad, chat, who's busy creating himself a new fucking Frankenstein lover. And he's like, I need you to build me this. And he wants a sleigh, chat, with all the reindeer and all the accoutrements with it. And then he goes to his little abode, chat, goes to his little abode, starts reading all these classic Christmas books, the Dickensian novels, chat, like a Christmas Carol, trying to get all the stories, acclimate himself to Christmas, but he still doesn't even get it himself. He's just still wondering, like, what am I getting wrong? He borrows all this equipment from the doctor, chat. He's analyzing Christmas cookies. He's breaking up ornaments, trying to see what they're made of. He's like, I just don't get it. There's something that's missing. And I realize, chat, he's looking at a picture of himself on the wall. He's like, oh, no, to truly understand, I must embrace the holiday season. It's like, oh, he's getting Christmas spirit. No, I have to kidnap Santa Claus and become him. It's like, no, that's not it. No. So he just loses his fucking mind, Chad. It's like, yes, I'll kidnap him and I'll become leader of Christmas Town. It's like, no, that's not it. Also, there's a scene when Sally, she's escaped her father again, gave him some deadly nightshade, chat, because he fucking stuffed himself full of poison soup, and he promptly knocked himself out. And she has given Jack, like, all these gifts, like a bottle of wine, and all of his favorite foods, chat, fish skeleton. Ooh, how he loves the smell of fish skeletons, chat. And she just fucking, she throws a rock at his door or whatever in his window. She's like, hi. And, oh, no, she lifts up this basket. She lifts up this basket to him, and he sees it on the outside. He's like, what the hell? And he opens it. And he sees the basket. He goes, oh, my God. And he sees Sally. She's like, hi. And he's like, hi. Just waving at her. And he takes the basket. And he looks at all the stuff. He's like, oh, my God. And he goes outside probably to thank her. And she's just fucking gone. She just vanishes. She's like, the hell is that? And then we see her later on, chat, just sitting by herself, and just like picking a dead flower, picking the petals, like, does he love me? Does he not love me? Does he love me? Does he not love me? He loves me. And all of a sudden, chat, the dead flower transforms into like a Christmas, sprig, like a little tree in her hand, complete with ornaments and a star. And she's looking at us like, oh my God. And it fucking bursts into fire. And she's like, oh! It's like, that's not good. Something is afoot, shit. She's the ultimate simp. She is the ultimate female simp. She gave him little hints, oh yeah, hints, and he's just fucking, I don't get it. Thanks, I guess. I mean, he'll learn at the end of the movie, chat. I love it. We also get Sally's Lament, which is also another beautiful song. I couldn't do it justice, chat, but it's a wonderful, wonderful piece. And eventually, because of all this, he calls together everybody in the town, and he's like, all right, guys, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna celebrate Christmas this year, and we're gonna give good old Sandy Claus a day off. And they're like, yes, we'll do that, yes. And so he assigns jobs to everybody. And Sally's just like, this is not good. This doesn't seem safe at all. This doesn't seem natural. This is weird. And Jack has asked specifically for Sally for something. She's like, oh, Jack's asked for me. Oh, God. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go, girls. And then she goes to him, and, he's just like, oh, Sally, it's so wonderful to see you. She's like, it's so great to see you too, Jack. And he's like, I need you to do something for me. He's like, I will do anything to you. I mean, for you, Jack. And he's like, haha, great. I need you to make my outfit. And he's like, oh. And he's going to make him a little Santa Claus outfit. And it's mostly red, but there's white trim on the outside. And she's like, Jack, I don't know about this. This doesn't feel right. It feels a little weird. He's like, oh, no, we'll get you in the holiday spirit soon, Sally. Don't you worry. But if you can create this for me, it would really mean a lot to me. Thank you. She goes, okay, yeah, great. It feels wrong. And they're getting all this stuff together, putting together the sleigh, chat. Everything's looking great. But, Jack is just like, you know what? I just need to figure some more things out. We need to give Santa Claus a day after all. So we got to bring him to Halloween Town, show him what a good job we're doing. And so he entrusts, chat, Halloween Town's scariest, most deceitful trick-or-treaters imaginable, chat. One of them being voiced by Paul Rubin, chat, who famously worked with, Tim Burton and Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Batman Returns, chat. And here he is, another Burton production, if you will, or at least produced Burton production. And these three little trick-or-treaters, chat, these are Oogie Boogie's trick-or-treaters, chat. And Oogie Boogie, he's been exiled from Halloween Town, chat. He's even too mean for the citizens of Halloween Town. But Jackie's like, even though he's not the biggest fan of these guys, like, listen, you guys are great at kidnapping people. So what I need you to do, which is like, what? What the fuck's going on here? I need you to go and bring me Sandy Claus, okay? But don't tell anybody. It's a secret mission, all right? Make sure no one knows. I don't want this getting out of here. And they're like, don't worry, Jack, we'll do just that. And these little fucking scams, chat, they're a bunch of little liars. Because as soon as Jack gives this information, they go to fucking Oogie Boogie, chat. Like all that guy. And they're like, oh, don't worry, we're working for you, buddy. And we see like a really fucking disturbing scene, chat, where Oogie Boogie, we don't really know what he is. We see him briefly in the opening of the movie in the moonlight, sing like a small portion of his song, like, Oogie Boogie and all that. But they feed him insects, chat. They feed him insects, and they catch this giant cockroach, which they prepare for him to feast upon, and then you take this poor thing. It's like, it's a regular cockroach. I don't like cockroaches, chat, but what they do to this bug, oh my God, where they dip it in this weird chemical, and it comes out like, it's just all fucked up and shit. It has these big bulging eyes, you're probably in horrific pain, and they send it down to Boogie's domain, which is like this casino, she has like a giant, because I'm a gambling boogeyman, and he's all about that, and he just fucking sucks the life out of this thing, and she just eats it up. It's really disturbing. Jose Bauer, I love this movie. It is my child. Man, me too, man. I love this film as well. It's so goddamn good. And these kids, they go off and do their goddamn, song, Chad, trying to get Sandy Claus, and eventually, as everyone's getting prepared, Jackie, he does his own new song, whole bit where they're trying to design presents and things. And they're not great. Now these presents aren't really good. But he's like, oh, well, we're going to do the best that we can do. And I'm sure Santa Claus will love it anyway. So all their presents, Chad, are filled with, like, shrunken hens and severed limbs and, like, snakes and man-eating wreaths and shit. It's just like, this isn't safe for children or anybody. This isn't good at all. But they're fucking doing it. They're loading up the presents. And they're almost prepared, Chad. And then all the fucking kids, the trick-or-treaters, they come back. Chad's like, we got him, Jack, we got him. He goes, oh, good, oh, excellent. And it's like, well, let's unwrap him. And they get him out there, and what pops out? Not Sandy Claus, Chad, the Easter Bunny. Easter Bunny's like, what the fuck is happening? He's just so scared. And he hops up, Chad, he sees the guy with the fucking hatchet embedded in his head. And the guy goes, he's like, oh, are you okay, sir? And the guy at the hatchet's like, Bunny! He's like fucking George from Mice and Men. He just strangles it. He just strangles the shit out of the Easter Bunny. And the Easter Bunny is promptly murdered there. It's probably murdered there, Chad. And Jack's like, oh my God, I'm an accessory to murder. The bunny's fine, Chad. He doesn't kill the bunny. He actually hops back in. They're in this anthropomorphic moving tub. That's their like mode of transportation. And he hops back in the burlap sack, Chad, with the Easter Bunny. And he's like, that was not Santa Claus. And I like it. Just Jack is like still, as the leader of his world, he's still very kind, despite being the Pumpkin King and all that. And he's like, I apologize, sir. We're gonna take you back to right where you were, and you three be sure to apologize and be sure to get Sandy Claus next, okay? They're like, don't worry, Jack, we'll do it right this time. And then they fucking take him back to Easterland, chat. And then these little three trick-or-treaters, these little pieces of shit, they eventually get to Christmas Town, chat, where we see Santa Claus, chat, and goddamn Mrs. Claus. And Mrs. Claus, man, chat, Santa likes them thick, because the first thing you see of Mrs. Claus, chat, is her goddamn ass. You see the badonkadonk, chat, and there's a lot there. As you Santa, he's always grabbing that shit all the time. And Santa, he's fucking thick, too. Santa's taint is fucking huge in this movie, chat. It's like, oh my God, the width, the diameter of it's ridiculous. Like, even the cutesy things are like, this is kind of disturbing. Kind of fucked up. Thank you guys for another 5 minutes. He's a polite ruler, he is. And Santa, it's Christmas Eve, Chad. It's Christmas Eve, and he's about to, he's checking his list, checking it twice, matter of fact. Nice, naughty. But then he hears the doorbell ring, and Mrs. Claus, she's baking some cookies, so she can't get it. He's like, I'll get it, dear, no problem. And he goes, and he's like, oh, just fucking morbidly obese. And he gets to the door, chat, and these little trickers, like, trick or treat. He's like, what is this now? They go, yeah! And they get him in the fucking sack, chat. They capture him. And they take him back to Halloween Town. And Jack, he's already in his outfit. His sleigh has been prepared. But Sally, she's like, oh, this shit's getting serious. So she's like, I got to stop this from happening. So she's keeping this essence of fog, Chad, underneath her bed. Apparently, she has all these different concoctions and potions, Chad. She's a bit of she's very knowledgeable, Chad, when it comes to the fauna of Halloween Town. And she's like, I got to use this to prevent him from taking off and ruining Christmas. I mean, she doesn't want that to happen, Chad. Halloween's our holiday. Christmas is their holiday. I don't want to take that away from them. And But the trick-or-treaters, they bring Santa Claus to Jack. And they're like, ooh, Santa Claus. And they open the sack. And Santa's like, the fuck is happening? He's just terrified. She's like, oh, it's such a pleasure to meet you, sir. And he takes his hand, shakes. He's like, wait a minute. You don't have claws. You just have hands. And he's just like, oh, you're not what I thought you were, huh? He even bought into his own bullshit, Chad. He's like, oh yeah, Santa Claus is this big behemoth, this monstrous creature with claws like lobsters. He's like, not at all. And Santa's just like, oh, well, why am I here? He goes, oh, Santa. I'm Jack the Pumpkin King. I'm the ruler of all creepy shit, and I'm also, the ruler of Halloween. Nice to meet you. Our holidays are kind of close to each other, right? It's right. We've decided to take over your holiday, and we're gonna give you the day off. Okay? He's like, no, I don't want that. No, it's bad. He's like, ha ha ha, fucking take him over there. And he's just like ignoring all this. And he's like, oh, I almost forgot. I'm gonna borrow your hat. And he takes his hat. He's like, that's my hat. And he's like, you'll get it back. You'll get it back. It's fine. And they take Santa Claus. He's like, okay, be sure to keep Santa safe, someplace where no one can find him. These trick-or-treaters like, oh, don't worry. We'll take care of him. You just hear Oogie Boogie in the background going, gonna give me some of that man meat. Oh, yeah, you know it. There is a reference in his song. I'm like, okay, there's something to it right there. But Jack, he's prepared to go off, Chad. He's got, he's got all of his skeleton reindeer, Chad. These abominations that have been raised through necromancy, Chad, by the doctor. It's just fucked up. Everyone's like, yay, yay. Everyone's so goddamn happy. But Sally, she manages to go to the town square and pours the essence of fog in the fountain, which creates this massive fog, Chad. And Jack is just like, oh no, this is fog in this weather, in this condition. I'll never be able to get up. I'll never be able to deliver the present. Everyone's like, oh, we're sad. But then Zero goes, rah, rah, rah. And Zero, he has a nose so bright. And Jack goes to him, Zero, with your nose so bright, can you guide my casket tonight? And Zero goes, yeah. And fucking Zero, he leads the charge, Chad. Sally's like, fuck. Oh, damn it, I forgot about the dog. And Jack, he ascends to the heavens, chat, to deliver Christmas presents to all the kids. But chat, now while that's going on, we're going to be introduced to one of my favorite characters in the movie. And probably, other than Jack's Lament, probably my favorite song. I'm going to do the whole fucking song, Jake. This song is goddamn good. We are introduced to Oogie Boogie, chat, the boogeyman. Probably the most dangerous, deceitful, terrible, malicious, chat, citizen of all of Halloween Town. And these kids, they fucking dump Santa Claus down there, probably to be eaten by Oogie Boogie. And Santa's just like, what the fuck is going on? And we're introduced to him, chat. I gotta get the lyrics out for this one. I'm gonna do a rendition of this song, chat. The best of my ability, chat. Oh, where's that Oogie Boogie song? Here we go, chat. Well, what have we here? Santa Claus, huh? Ooh, I'm real scared. So you're the one everybody's talking about. Ha ha, you're joking. I can't believe my eyes. You're joking me. You gotta be. This can't be the right guy. He's ancient. He's ugly. I don't know which is worse. I might just split a seam now if I don't die laughing first. Mr. Oogie Boogie says there's trouble close at hand. You better pay attention now, cause I'm the boogeyman. And if you aren't shaking, there's something very wrong, cause this may be the last time now that you hear the boogie song. Oh, 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 he's the Oogie Boogie Man. Well, if I'm feeling antsy and I have nothing much to do, I might just cook a special batch of a snake and spider stew. And don't you know the other thing that would make it work so nice? A roly-poly Santa Claus to add a little spice. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh yeah, I'm the Oogie Boogie Man. Release me now or you must face the dire consequences. The children are expecting me, so please come to your senses. Ha, you're joking. You're joking. I can't believe my ears. Would someone shut this fella up? I'm drowning in my tears. It's funny. I'm laughing. You really are too much. And now with your permission, I'm gonna do my stuff. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna do the best I can, baby. I love that part. I'm gonna do the best. What are you gonna do to me? He's like, oh, I'm gonna do the best I can. I love that line. Oh, the sound of rolling dice. To me, is music in the air, because I'm gonna do the best I can. Oh, the sound of rolling dice. To me, is music in the air, because I'm the gambling boogeyman. Although I don't play fair, it's much more fun, I must confess, with lives on the line. Not mine, of course, but yours, oh boy. Now that's just be fine. Release me fast, you will have to answer for this heinous act. Oh, brother, you're something. You put me in a spin. You aren't comprehending that position that you're in. It's hopeless. You're finished. You haven't got a prayer. Cause I'm Mr. Oogie Boogie, and your fat ass ain't going nowhere. Yes, yes. I made some modifications. But Oogie Boogie, Chad, Oogie Boogie, man. Oh, whoa, it's so goddamn good. That was lit. Thank you. Thank you, show for the 10 biddies. Thank you. Mr. Sun. Thank you, Chet. Thank you so much. I'm glad you liked that rendition. Oh, that shit was a rapist. That is that exactly. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do my best, baby. It's like, no. Oh, my Lord. So Santa Claus is not having a good time with Oogie Boogie Chat, but let's go ahead and check in on Jack Chat. So he's busy delivering all the presents to all of the children around the world, to all the people around the world. You don't have to be a child. You see this one? I love it. How it starts out. Well, you see, by the way, the kids are all fucking weird too. They're all like misshapen, asymmetrical. But we see this one little child, Chad, and he hears someone on his rooftops. Oh, it's Santa Claus. It's Santa Claus. And he's so excited. He's running down the stairs as Jack is laying in all these presents. And, you know, boy stops. He sees in his living room, he sees this fucking goddamn Slender Man just like staring. He's like, he's like, oh, hello there, little boy. Have you been naughty or nice this year? He's like, I've been nice. He's like, great! Here's the present for you. Ta-ta! The boy's just like, and his parents come downstairs and like, what did Santa give you, Timmy? And Timmy just looks like he has that fucking 1,000-yard stare, Chat. Like all the trauma, all of his childhood trauma, Chat, boom, happened right there. And he just opens the gift. He just puts his hand inside the gift and he produces a severed fucking head. And they're like, ah! And then we cut to all the other homes. It's wonderful. As he's dropping off all the presents, we see this grandmother, Chad, who's like, oh, my family didn't come to see me on Christmas. And, you know, Jack's like, aw. And he puts a wreath inside her home, and it's a fucking alive. It's the wreath's alive, Chad, and wants to fucking eat grandma. She's like, oh, no. It's like, just eats her and shit. It's like, oh, my God. And then we cut, Chad, and we see this morbidly obese child goes, oh, well, as he's being chased by like little Christmas toys, Chad, they want that fat ass. They want that fat ass. He's like, oh no, oh God, is coming for him. We also see, I don't know, this looks a little racist. I don't know. This might be I'm not sure about this, but we see an Asian family, Chat, and their eyes are just slits. They're just slits. That's all they are. They are just lines. That's all they are. And they're being chased by shit. It's like, all right, that maybe hasn't aged very well. That little part right there. But because of all this shit, because Christmas is being ruined, the fucking police are getting involved, and they're telling people, make sure Santa Claus does not go into your house, okay? Make sure you lock up your chimneys. Make sure to lock your doors. Check them twice, because Santa Claus, he ain't very nice. And it's not great. It's not great. To the point where even the fucking United States military is getting involved. They're like, we don't know who this guy is. This is not Santa Claus. This is not Santa Claus. Fuck him. We got to blow him out of the sky. And so at this point, Jack, he's riding the sleigh, you know, the reindeer and shit. And he sees all these fucking explosions going off. He's like, oh, thank you. Look, Zero, they love us. Fireworks. Oh, joy. They're trying to shoot him out of the air, chat. And at one point, one missile gets pretty goddamn close. He's like, whoa, be careful with those. You almost got us there. Being a little excited, I see. And they're like, all right, we got to lock on fire, goddammit. Take him out. Boom. And Jack is blown out of the goddamn sky, chat. It's like, holy shit. Holy shit. What's going to happen? Meanwhile, we cut back to Oogie Boogie and his proceeding to, I don't know, sexually assault and or eat Santa Claus. Which one's going to happen first? Yeah, which one's going to happen first? Could be in any order of Oogie Boogie. But something distracts him, chat. And you know what distracts him, chat? That thick-thighed Sally, chat. It's amazing. Sally's like, well, I gotta get him somehow. And since Jack, he's not paying attention to me, she just takes her leg, chat, and she all the way up there, by the way. You see all that right there. And it's just showing that off to Oogie Boogie, chat, between a grate. And he's like, ooh, how succulent, how divine. Oogie Boogie's gonna come and get that thigh. And he goes right to their chat. He's like, woo. He's just touching it. And he's like, tickle, 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 coochie, 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 coo. It's like, don't say coochie, coochie, coo. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, Sally, she severed her leg, so that's distracting Oogie Boogie, and she's going to save Santa Claus, chat. She's like, hey, come out. And he's just like, oh, thank you, my dear. And she's like, frees him, chat, and she has the rope there for him, and they're both crawling out. He's like, thank you for saving me. She's like, no problem, don't worry about it. But then Oogie Boogie, he's like enjoying the leg so much, chat, he pulls it out. He's like, hey, wait a minute, this is a severed leg. And he's like, you! And he comes for him, and he grabs them both. He's like, I'm going to have myself a goddamn good meal tonight. Ooh-wee. He's excited, chat, going to eat Sally and Santa Claus, or molest them. I don't know what he's going to do, chat. Could be both. Meanwhile, we cut back to Jack, chat. And he was blasted out of the sky, and he is now in the middle of a graveyard. And things aren't going well for him, chat. And like he thought that this whole thing, like he's been blown to bits actually. And Zero is putting him back together. She actually has his jaw. We get like a really nice moment too. I don't know what song plays here. But it's when he's in this angel's arms, she has like it's holding him up like this, and he goes in this very just forlorn, just melancholy song about he's trying to understand this holiday and Christmas, and he wanted, but he messed it up, and he's sad about that, and he realizes like maybe I made some mistakes. But then he has this sudden burst of inspiration about Halloween. And how he's just like, oh, I'm going to give them the best fucking Halloween next year. I have so many fresh ideas. He's like, ooh, I'm Jack, the Pumpkin King. And he's excited about it, Jay. He's like, he found that creative fire inside of him, Jay. But he tried something new to do it. But he's like, but I kind of screwed up Christmas. He sees that now. He's like, I got to go ahead and make amends. Meanwhile, the citizens of Halloween Town, chat, they think Jack is dead. They got on the radio. They heard that the U.S. military blasted him out of the sky, and they're all fucking mourning his passing, chat. They're like, oh no, it's over. We're all fucking doomed. It's terrible, chat. But somehow Jack just knows Santa Claus is being kidnapped by Oogie Boogie. There's no line of dialogue given, or is a scene that establishes how he knows. But he goes to Oogie Boogie's lair, chat. He goes to Oogie Boogie's lair. And Oogie Boogie, the one person, he doesn't fear any people, chat. Actually, matter of fact, the only person he does fear is Jack Skellington. And Jack Skellington's like, the fuck is going on here? He's like, oh, Jack, I didn't know you were going to join me. How are you doing, good sir? He's like, free them immediately. And Oogie Boogie's like, oh, please, I would definitely do that. I'm a gambling boogeyman. I wouldn't play with you, Jack. And then she manipulates him. He tries to kill him. Thankfully, Santa Claus and Sally, they're saved, and they go out there, and Jack, he battles Oogie Boogie. Oogie Boogie's like, all right, fuck this. I'm at a disadvantage. Jack is way too powerful. And he tries to escape. But one of his strands, chat, keeping his burlap sack intact, is askew. And Jack, he just grabs that shit, and he fucking twists that. He just rips that shit off. And we see what's underneath the boogeyman's burlap sack, chat. He's made of intestines and bugs. And he can't hold himself together, chat. He's like, oh, no. And he just falls. It always scared me as a kid, chat. And all of his intestines and bugs and meat falls into the stew that he was making, chat. And he's fucking literally cooked alive, chat. It's so dark. Bone Daddy. That's what he calls him, Bone Daddy. He does call him Bone Daddy. Oh my God, my bugs, not my precious baby bugs. And he dies. At this point, Jack's like, hi, Santa. He's like, the fuck, dude? He's like, listen, I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry about everything. And, Santa's just, It's fine. We all go through this, I guess, occasionally. We all get tired of it, so we want to try new things. And Jack's like, well, thank you for the help. He's like, yes, and this place is fucking nuts. But this girl over here, she's the only one that has any common sense. Treat her with respect. And that's when Jack first notices Sally. Like, truly, he's like, yeah, she is. She's pretty special. She is. And Sally's just like, I am. And, Jack's like, Santa, can Christmas be saved? He's like, of course, my boy, Christmas can be saved. And so then Chad, Santa, he leaves, and Jack returns to the citizens of Halloween Town with Sally by his side. Everyone's like, Jack, and they're all excited about him, and it's like, yay, 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 yay. Everyone's happy and shit. But then all of a sudden, Chad, it starts snowing in Halloween Town. The first time this ever happened. And they see Santa. They see Santa up above in the sky with his reindeer, chat, as they're going to deliver the toys, make up for Jack's error, his mistake. And Santa, as a goodbye, like, hey, we're on good terms, man. We're on good terms. Halloween Town, Christmas Town aren't going to war. He says, Happy Halloween! And Jack says, and Merry Christmas! And it's like, yay! So it's both a Halloween movie and a Christmas film, chat. At this point, everyone's celebrating Jack and the success. Everyone's having a good time. They have the Christmas here for the first time ever, chat. And then we see Sally. She walks off. She walks off and she goes to the peak, the hill that Jack was sitting on earlier. And Jack is the one to follow her this time. And we get to a beautiful ending song. Let me go ahead and get to it, chat. The finale. The finale is so goddamn gorgeous to me. And this is how it ends, because you have each like all the songs are like paid honor, given their due. Like they sing very short variations throughout the finale. But this is the part I like, where Jack comes in, he sees Sally sitting on the hill picking the flowers. Like, does he love me? Does he not love me? And it goes like this. My dearest friend, if you don't mind, I'd like to join you by your side, where we can gaze into the stars and sit together now and forever. For it as plain as anyone can see, we're simply meant to be. It's just beautiful, beautiful. And they fucking smooch! And they have the hot, sweaty Frankenstein skeleton sex. And that, my friends, that is Tim Burton's and Henry Selick's The Nightmare Before Christmas, chat. Look it up. Like, what did I just walk into? We're always meant to be. And a cult movie was made. How does he bone if he is going? Oh, he finds a way. He can manipulate them. But yeah, there we go, guys. That was The Nightmare Before Christmas. An excellent film. I really don't have too many criticisms. I mean, some plot stuff is a little weird. Some stuff that's a little dated, chat. But overall, it's a wonderful film. The animation is beautiful. The voice acting is great. The songs are amazing. Yeah. A holiday classic, chat, both for Halloween and for Christmas. It's shared between those two holidays, chat, which makes it so unique. For me, it's a very, very high full price, chat, on the DT scale. Very high full price. Loved it. Loved it. Hope you guys enjoyed the review as well. Hope you like the songs. I sang the best of my ability, chat. Obviously not going to be too accurate for the movie, but hope you liked them. Hope you liked my renditions, my covers, if you will. Oh, I'm the Oogie Boogie Man. I love it. What a great review. Thank you, Alex Bernal. Woo! Platinum away with the 5 biddies. Snow. Because I was debating myself earlier, but fuck it, I'm going to give it a better than sex. It's up there, man. But there is stuff that's a little dated. A lot of plot conveniences. It's like, So I give it a high full price. High praise. Chris, I think you might enjoy this news. Sadly, Craig is supposedly being removed from Halo. I don't mind him being. I like the character. Rose ain't better than sex. Sounds are so goddamn. Halsey Bauer. I always love going back and watching and make me feel like I'm another place. Yeah, it's very inspired. It's very inspired. It's very original. The worlds are so beautiful. And there's a sadness to it. There's a sadness to it I really enjoy. To make High Matinee, go ahead, bring on. Nah, man, you that's fine. You still liked it. You still like it. Give it High Matinee. Did you talk about the part when Sora, Donald, and Goofy and help him defeat Oogie Boogie and close the world? Oh, is that from Kingdom Hearts? I did not. I did not. So maybe great review. Thank you, chat. No, I'm glad you guys really enjoyed the review. As long as I thought it would be. I think the songs is added to it, chat. Oh, I love it. It's so goddamn good. But now, my friends, now I'm going to take a brief break. I'm going to take a brief break, chat. We got to jump into Cowboy Bebop Session 6, Sympathy for the Devil. But, guys, in the meantime, please entertain yourselves amongst yourselves, and I shall return, possibly with more whiskey. I'll do the best I can, baby.